let's do that. All right. Can everyone hear me? Uh, all right. No, I know there was no sound initially, but can you guys hear me reasonably okay? It may be a little quiet. That's because I don't have a fucking mic out here. Uh, but we are live. Yeah, it's a little bit more of a impromptu thing than what we're used to doing. So we're outside. We're gonna smoke a cigar. We're gonna drink a high noon, and we're just gonna hang out. So I will open up with talking about the legal mindset thing. Thank you very much, Mr. Murdoch, for doing that. Is this a hangout night then? Yeah, tonight we're just hanging out. Big reason is so right now I'm on my laptop. Right, this thing is a fucking piece of shit. I got this back when 2060s were brand new. So yeah, this thing is fucking old. It shows its age. So there's that. And like the webcam is so fucking bad. I'm not even gonna turn it on. I'm not even gonna bother. It's miserable. So once again, my phone comes in clutch. But yeah, tonight we're just kind of hanging out. My main computer, I have been having problems with RAM for a while. Doing AI stuff and doing anything with it, it's been a struggle, and also everything else that I want to do. So what I'm running into is I have to. There's a lot of compromises that have to be made. So 32 gigs of RAM, not enough. I have 64 gigs of DDR4. That was harder to get than I thought, but it's going to be here in the morning. It was supposed to be here this evening, but it wasn't. So we're going to do a hangout stream, and I figured, you know what? I said I was going to do a cigar stream and, doing shit. So that's what we're going to do. Give me a second to light this thing up, and we'll start talking about stuff. But yeah, for right now, for everyone that's usually here for development, we're hanging out. Tomorrow, you best believe we're going to develop. So let me get this going. In honor of us doing the the C box, I am smoking a Gurkha Heritage. These sometimes Gurkha hits, sometimes it doesn't. But let's start doing it. What's my torch of choice? I don't really have a torch of choice. As long as it's got 2 or 3 jets, it's kind of all I need, right? It's kind of all I really want. But let's talk a little bit about the legal mindset stuff. I know I'm in a fucking rocking chair. I need to get some more stuff out here on the patio. But cedar strip. Okay, if I wasn't here in the Great Plains of Oklahoma, where wind actually behaved, then I would be using cedar sticks. Unfortunately, can't really do that. I have to rely on jets a lot, and also I'm not going to smoke inside. So there's that. But stream today, I think it went pretty good. I enjoyed it. I know there are some questions in the Discord, like was I nervous? No, because I used to be a teacher, right? So I taught programming, engineering, robotics, and game design, and I was also the lead instructor. So I would have to get up in front of 70 parents and 600 kids in a big auditorium and teach them how to make Lego robots. So going on stream and talking to somebody and having a little bit of a personality, not that difficult. It just to me, and I've also been fortunate enough. I know that there's also the starstruck effect that people can have of talking to a bigger voice. But I've talked to so many people that are way above and beyond where I'm at that it doesn't faze me. It doesn't faze me at all. So I enjoyed it. I did talk to him a little bit the night before, talking to him about some other like creative AI stuff. So I did that, and yeah, he's just a normal fucking dude, right? But I know how to, how to talk to people. I can figure it out, in real life. Like if we're just here, maybe I'll talk, maybe I'll be quiet. I'm that type of person that, if we're online or if we have a thing to connect on, like, okay, we're talking about guns, we're talking about games, something, okay, I can probably talk for a little bit, but usually it's pretty hard for me to be personable, unless I have to for work or whatever the case may be. So, but yeah, it was totally fine. It was super fucking easy. Keep up the great work. Yeah, dude, I absolutely will. Did I see Legal Mindset? Yeah, I talked to him about it actually. Um, I sent him a picture before the stream last night, and I said just got done with doing laundry of about 80% of my shirts, and there's like 75 or so shirts that are on the line in the laundry room on the big like hanger deal, whatever the fuck. Because these are like wash dry, wash cold, and then um, only, so they can't go in the dryer, so they just gotta hang dry. But yeah, yeah, I've been wanting to do one of these for quite a while. One of these streams of just hanging out and fucking around. But you shook Dick Cheney's hand during Desert Storm. That's fucking wild. What a wild experience that must have been. What happened in Michigan? I don't know. They have a lot of policies over there that lead them to be an absolute shit show. It's a fucking disgrace of what they've done over there. I don't know why they've chosen to do it, but they have, and it's now in my. I would never go to Michigan. Uh, let's see. Am I stupid? Where the fuck is since where's Cincinnati at? I don't know. I don't know my fucking cities. All I know is I went to Cincinnati for a convention last year over the summer to go fishing on one of the lakes, and it was absolute ass because it was bug spawning season. Ohio, okay, okay, yeah. That place sucked. Actually, the only reason that I would ever say to go to Cincinnati is if you, unfortunately, you're there in the first place. But is it's Cincinnati. There's a fucking fantastic steak restaurant called the Marble Room. It is unbelievable. Cannot recommend it enough. I've eaten at some of the greatest places in the United States, and in my personal opinion, Marble Room is abso-fucking-lutely up there. 100%. Yeah. No, it's fucking amazing. Uh, but outside of that, it's terrible. And when we went fishing, we were going for a walleye, right? And when we went on the lake, all the bugs, they were all just spawning. So the boat was basically every square inch was covered in bugs. You were covered in bugs. It was the most unpleasant experience that I've ever had of going fishing. Um, and I like going fishing for the same reason I like going golfing, right? It's for going out with dudes, smoking, drinking, having a good time. Not necessarily for the sporting aspect. It's just for just hanging out, right? But I don't want to do that again. That was so fucking bad. Wally fight so good. Oh, they do. No, it was a really good time. Um, I went 2 years ago and I loved it, and that's why I agreed to go back, even though I fucking hated that everything around Cincinnati. It was a miserable experience. How's the mosquito population there? Actually, the mosquito population this year in Oklahoma is not terrible. And they do taste good. They absolutely are really good. And yes, Relics and Atlas, you have both been witnessed. You got some of the best in Manitoba. Yeah, yeah. It's fun. I really like it. I grew up with my dad. Um, being a lawyer in California, and his vice of choice or hobby of choice is deep sea fishing. So, going out of Long Beach Harbor, going out towards Catalina or San Clemente, sometimes going down to Mexico, down to Ensenada, doing stuff like that. It was always a good time. I really enjoyed doing that when the water wasn't rough. I really do not like going in rough water. And he has a decent sized boat, 48-foot sport fisher. It's not a small fucking boat, but at the same time, just, I don't know. I don't like it. What do you want, Rocket? Oh, there's a kitty. Yep, I know Gene's in the window and you want in. But then if I let you in, you want right back out. Both the new music video. Yeah, no, I'm very happy with the performance of the videos. I think it's so much fun. Turbofan activated. Yeah, that's unfortunately the laptop. This old fucking piece of shit Asus thing. Um, I don't know if I can do like. Eh, nope, that's turbo. That's performance. Silent. Okay, let's try that. Don't forget to like stream. Yeah. Hassan just sang Bella Ciao on stream yet again. What stogie do I have? Tonight it is a Gurkha Heritage. Gurkha to me, when Gurkha hits, it hits. There's a lot of times where they are too tight, as in they pack them way too much, or they're too loose. There's a lot of times too where they don't draw well. So they can be hit and miss, but when they actually are decent, they're a relatively good smoke. I don't have any like a Liga Privado T52 would be like the average that I would have. If I do have a just talking about aspirations and dreams here. Like let's say I go to I get invited to go to a range day and I actually get to go like do cool stuff with cool dudes. I have one of the Arturo Fuentes 60th anniversary Opus X cigars that's in like the little container, and then you open up the lid and it like presents itself. Really cool cigar. I think it was like 110, 105, something like that for that fucking cigar. I got two of them when they came out, one for me and one for my dad for Christmas. But yeah, you know about the imperfections. Oh yeah, absolutely. Actually, the samplers are a pretty good thing. They're actually pretty awesome to do. Easy to EQ out fan frequency from your mic. Let's see. Let's try and do that. Boop, boop, boop. I apologize if it's shaky. I have a side table with an empty container that had a litter box, like one of the big like Tidy Cats fucking boxes. So it's up to this level, so you guys can't. Let's see. All right. Nope, that's not gonna do it. Give me a second. That's absolutely not gonna do it. Give me 1 second. Let me. Just want to see if I can get it to not be fucking. I don't know. I don't know how to do it. No nosy neighbor there. No. No, not really. There's no nosy neighbor. Everyone out here is pretty chill. Just like that direction right there is the golf course. So, who's gonna care? 84 Dunhill Reserve. Oh, that's not too bad. Those are pretty fucking good, dude. If I use your phone with a free sound sampler, you can see what hertz it's outputting. Yeah, I would. The problem is, My phone is the one with the camera because the camera that actually is on this laptop is a fucking piece of shit. So that's what we're doing. Am I going to do a video for when the Roach King returns? Yeah, we're going to do something for it. Um, but probably going to include him in the Donut episode as sending Donut out to go do something. But I had an idea today, and I want to see what you guys think about what my crazy idea is, because I want to get some shorter form content out in between big episodes. So like stuff that I do in between, the large things. So maybe projects that I do in my spare time. When we're not on stream, maybe we do them on stream. I don't really know. But one of the things that I thought would be funny to do is to have a fake Tectone like video, right? Where it's like Tectone return stream as the title of the video, and then it just starts out with him saying how he's not gay. It's a supercut for 30 seconds of him screaming into a microphone. A scene of him hugging Brock Lobster. Another 30 seconds of just supercuts of him screaming into a microphone, and then him saying that he's tired and he's gonna go. He's gonna go to the gym, and it's all gonna be the AI Tectone, but it's just gonna be just the little short. It's gonna be like, I don't know, like a minute, and it's just gonna be wild. You hate shorts, but they blow up. Yeah, they do. They do. A fake return stream. Yeah, I'm thinking of fucking with it like that. I think it would be funny. Where does the whole lobster thing come from? We get that all the time. Maybe I should put a short up about the lobsters so that it can be like a thing. Well, to answer your question, lobster. Oh, cut to the horse go racing. Yeah, I will. But the lobster thing is from two places. First, it was a joke that I remembered from a show called The Thick of It. I think it's season 4 or season 3 where Malcolm Tucker gets fired, and he is on the phone and he answers that he fucks lobsters for money. And I was just like, that's such a random and funny throwaway line. And when I was doing the episode, I was high. I remembered that, and I put it in just to be random, and it was pretty good. And based on the reaction, I kept it. That's where it comes from. No other greater place. That's it. But if you haven't seen The Thick of It, it's a fantastic fucking show. I find it hilarious. So if you want something, probably worth doing. Yeah, no, that's all. That's the only place it's from. And then I remember the other reason why, and I'm glad that I found the clip, is and the reason I chose lobsters specifically, is subconsciously I had remembered an Alex Jones video where he's talking to Milo, and he's looking at his ring, and he was saying how that he should have, instead of a scorpion, it should have been a lobster because lobsters are psychic. And I thought that was fucking hilarious. And I guess that also stuck with me because when I watched that video again, I found it on my computer the other day, and I saw it, I posted it, and I thought it was just the greatest thing ever. But yeah, I don't know. There's just something about it that kind of stuck. It was funny. No, has no basis in anything Tectone did. He just ran with it. And then he got that lobster shirt, and the second that he got that lobster shirt, cemented it as permanently part of who he is. So, that right there, the Alex Jones reveal that he's Tectone's true father, that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. Brando, yeah, I'm thinking it's just gonna be him screaming into a microphone, and then a couple little like excerpts of just random shit that he's doing, and one of them is gonna be hugging Brock Lobster. And then, yeah, there's gonna be all sorts of shit. How does it feel to have a direct hand in crafting the real Tectone's mythos? Then I don't know. It's funny. It's wild. It's fucking wild. How memes can propagate like that, and then how also it showed to me what it also does. It shows me how cool someone is if they're willing to embrace a meme like that. To me, that should tell you a lot about who Tectone is. The fact that he's willing to just be like, "Fuck it, this is funny. Let's embrace it. Whatever." Right? I'm all about it. Time travel episode. Oh, that'd be good. I think we can do something with that. I think we can. Like, who's Cartman's father cliffhanger? Yeah. Yeah, maybe. Tectone is not gay, he's gay for lobsters. Yeah. I mean, if you break down a Tectone stream, it's wild points mixed in with a lot of screaming and yelling, and then talking about Jim, or like the gym, and then dick jokes and jacking off, and right there you have summed up a Tectone stream. No, not Medicare. We are still doing that line in Donuts episode in the trailer park where there is going to be a cripple fight. We are going to do a cripple fight with a deep cut between Medicare and Tonka having a wheelchair fight in backyard wrestling. You can bet we're going to fucking do that. I think a trailer park is the perfect place to do it. Oh yeah, and he says I mean this genuinely a lot too. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, cripple fight. I want to see what I can do to emulate the South Park thing. And I think the person that would run around screaming it the most would be Nico. Tylenol American Flight. Oh, dude, it's gonna be a fucking time. That's gonna take some workshopping. So I mean, like we're gonna play around with it and see if we can get it done. Legal to use music for edits? Yeah, I don't give a shit. Like, okay, here's the thing, Jim. Any of the music that I make, if you make a remix of it and it's better than what I have, cool. You did something better than me. I don't care. That's awesome. Go for it. Like I'm not about to stifle creativity or anything because someone does something better to me. Like what there is no point in ever, cuz like you're getting inspired by something that I made, right? So cool, do it. I don't care. The thing that you might want to take into consideration, and this is not something that I would be against, and it's just something that you should keep in mind, is if it's a remix of my content and you put it on SoundCloud, they will rain down shit upon what you made unless you credit the original person. And I know this because they have rained down shit upon me for not crediting me in my own remixes. So their algorithm for detecting if something is a remix or anything is crazy good. So all I would say is if you do it, all you got to do is just make sure that you credit Don P. Bongwater in the as the original credits, and then put yourself as the remixer. That's the only thing that I'm going to I would highly recommend. Outside of that, I don't care what you do. Entirely up to you on how you want to do it. Who am I to gatekeep success? This fucking piece of shit, dude. Can I publish the old white dude song on with synthwave? Yeah, I probably can. There's a lot of stuff that I want to do. I just need to get down and do it. I know this week. So this week at some point, we're going to do a merch stream where we're all going to work together and we're going to design merch, and you guys are going to see the behind the scenes of what it kind of takes to make the merch. And you know, when we publish it, so I know we're going to do that because why not? I'm for me, it's all about showing you guys how to do stuff, right? Why not? It's about empowering others to be able to do things. I think to me, I enjoy teaching so much that I would rather I want to be able to empower others, even if it comes at a detriment to my being able to make more money off of it, if that makes sense, right? Because I don't like who am I to tell you whether or not you're going to be a success or not? So I would rather do that. And I know for a fact if I wanted to sell some of these courses, some of these, you know, what I do as courses, I can do it and I could probably make a lot of money. But I don't, because everybody should know how to do this. Everyone should know how to do this. It's the same thing as the VTuber people, right? They gatekeep the fuck out of that stuff. And it's actually really, 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 really easy to do. But they just gatekeep it so much, and everyone just wants to gatekeep things constantly. It's super, super fucked. But yeah, I am a firm believer in open source. Absolutely. Also why I firmly believe in ad blocking. I don't see it as piracy. I see it as people not wanting to see bullshit. That's also why, not tonight, I'm not on Kick tonight, but that's also why I say watch on Kick. But, you know, like fucking, Linus Tech Tips, that little fucking twink. He makes me mad with some of his stupid takes on ad block. Because it's not piracy if I don't want to see a porn ad, gambling ad, a crypto ad. I don't want to see it. I don't want to be subjected to it. If all of my things are like, okay, this is a toothpaste commercial, okay, whatever, fuck it. You know, or if it's something entertaining and advertisers made shit like the Old Spice commercials, okay, fuck it, I don't mind sitting through that. But an unskippable ad that's for some cam site, no, not doing it. I'm going to ad block the shit out of everything that you do. I don't give a fuck what you have to say. It doesn't matter. And I tell people, you know, why would I ever limit, why would I ever advocate for somebody to be restricted in what they can do? Linus is generally a bit of a worm. He is. Linus is the type of person that's the opposite to me. Let's put it that way. Linus has put himself in the position where all he cares about is the money. That's all he talks about. That's all he seems to care about. I mean, I'm sure that there's lots of stuff going on, but it's like, make something fun. You decided to make a big corporation out of what the fuck you do. You decided to have, you know, hundreds of people at your fucking, you know, creation company. That's your choice. You decided to go down that fucking rabbit hole. But, you know, that doesn't mean that you can now just say, oh, it's piracy this, oh, it's piracy that. It's like, no, dude. You either do what you love or just accept that people, it's, I don't know, he doesn't seem to have the true passion for it. Otherwise, he wouldn't give a fuck, and he'd only do it. No, I know he's a 60-person company to keep going, but that's his own fucking fault for choosing to do that in the first place. It's like, okay, cool, and then you want to get mad that people are blocking ads, so you're not getting as much revenue, even though the ads are all fucking awful. Sucks to suck. I mean, just deal with advertisers being terrible. Make your money off of super chat, selling merch, and whatever the fuck else if you don't like the ads. Yeah, he is absolutely a shill. Pulling up the ladder behind me? Yeah, no, I'm not about that at all. The education systems really killed us. People feel like they need to be told what to think. Yeah, absolutely. No, 100%. Yeah, no, I agree. Fight the ads, not the users. Exactly. that should be the thing that he should care about, is fighting the ads, not the users. And I know he makes a fuckload of money off of the sponsors, anyways. Like, I know, in any of those spots, I know he makes a lot of money off of there. But when you have to divvy it up between, the crazy fucking house and lifestyle that you want to keep alongside all the other people that you got to pay, I mean, that's your fucking problem of your own creation, dude. Same as Charlie is a brand now. How his take is always milk toast at best. Yeah, 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 absolutely. He spoke constantly about his house and his car and his closet server, his home PC. Hearing complain about the money all the time. Yeah, it's. I don't want to hear what he has to say. Like Tectone's very open about what he makes on YouTube, right? And when Tectone's making like 110,000 a month ish, and probably more, and that's from what he has shown on stream, and those numbers, I've never talked to the man. I've never talked to him. I've only seen that from the stream and from what he has shown. Or Asmongold making a lot of money every single month. It's like, dude, you don't have you are in such a uniquely privileged position that you don't have the right to complain about, oh no, I get a few less ad dollars. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm doing relatively okay for myself, and I appreciate every single one of you guys that support me. I really do. It means the world to me that I can continue to do this. But it's like, if you put Nux post, yeah, no, it's gonna be on there. It's absolutely gonna be on there. Yeah, 2 days on the ice video. Yeah, absolutely. There's another one on there. Thing is, I'm fairly sure once you reach a certain point with fame and wealth, it changes you. No. Well, okay. Let me rephrase that. If you've never been around it, and you've never been around other people that have had that, it. I don't know. I think that it's both the person, and I do like it can change you, and sudden wealth absolutely can. But at the same time, it really depends on your mentality and what you were doing it for in the first place, right? I'm doing this for fun. I'm doing this to enjoy myself, have a good time. That's all I want, right? I just want to have fun. I want to have a good time. You know, that's the main thing that I'm all about. And then teaching you guys, right? That's all that I want to do. But the thing about wealth, you know, when I worked at the gun shop, I had a guy come in, and he wanted to buy thermal binoculars, the Pixels on Target, Voodoo M, not the Voodoo M, whatever the fucking binoculars are, for 80 grand. Okay, he didn't have a problem doing that. There's another dude that came up when he bought the Walther WA 2000, he bought that fucking thing for 320,000. You know, I saw I wasn't when Post Malone bought the M2, transferable M2 Browning machine gun. I wasn't at the shop, but it's like I know how the deals go, and I know what it looks like, and I've seen what wealth can turn people into. I've seen what people have brought into the shop because they need money, because they went way too hard. I'm not going to go into crazy specifics, but there is a dude that fucked around. He got really popular with doing a cannabis dispensary. He used a whole lot of the money to set himself up, and it ended up taking a downturn, and he had to sell everything. So it's just a case of people that run into sudden wealth usually don't know how to handle it, but it also depends on why they got into a thing in the first place. Sorry, I was stuck up there. Let me get down here. You got to get Donut to call you on Discord sometime. Yeah, I do. May or may not be something happening with that, but the other thing too is that Conic, I remember seeing you. Why don't you just stream? getting started with streaming is really difficult. I did videos to get up there in some popularity before I started streaming, and streaming was more out of necessity and not expecting any of you guys to even be around in the first place. And I appreciate every single one of you guys being here. You guys are fucking amazing. But um, making that kind of money takes a lot of time or a lot of luck. Or you have to have a niche that nobody else really has. So, I know I still owe Mike his video. It's going to happen. Earth, you have been witness. If you sold all your guns, you could buy a strip mall, but that's a headache. It can be. It depends. It really does. Money doesn't buy friends or a loving spouse. Yeah. I mean, and that's why, right now my girlfriend is fantastic, and I absolutely love her, and she is beyond amazing, and I'm very lucky that she is as encouraging with this as she is. I know a lot of people wouldn't be, but it's been really great, and so I have a lot of things lined up, and I also have a lot of free time that I can dedicate to this, being unemployed. Still trying to find a job, so I can get something more immediate coming in. But you know, it is what it is. Who's Mike? Yeah. Does she understand all the lore? Most of it. Most of it. When I'm done with my cigar, I'm gonna make something. No, not tonight. Not tonight, Josh. The computer, the main computer. So I have two computers, right? Well, I guess technically three with this fucking laptop. This laptop's a piece of shit. Can't do fucking anything on it, right? The one rig that I was streaming on when I started, that has a dead i9 14900K that got taken by the Kraken because Intel is too fucking stupid to work their shit out. But that's a recent rig. The one that's just behind me in my office. Is it my office? No, it's not my office. Oh, it's the other one. Anyways, that one is a Ryzen 5900X system. And that system has RAM. It only has 32 gigs of RAM, and it's been a little unstable. Today, it really started to shit the bed really, really hard. That's also why it took a while to get started with Legal Mindset. That was actually my fault. He wasn't the late one. It was me trying to sort out my fucking computer. But, yeah, I got it. Your truck is so cool, bro. But I ordered more RAM this morning, trying to get it here in time. And DDR4 RAM is a lot harder to get. And I would have been fine if it was a DDR5 system, because I have 64 gigs of RAM in the i9 system. So I could have just transferred it over, but nope, can't do that. So it was supposed to be here tonight, so we could have done some development, but it wasn't. It was all... Yeah, what was unstable? It's just the computer that I've been streaming on lately. It's a lot more stable than the i9 computer. The problem is that this is the rig that I used to mine Ethereum before Ethereum got locked away, and then I used it to mine Doge for a while. So yeah, it's been through some shit. So I know the graphics card will need to be replaced at some point, but I don't have fucking time for that right now. I just needed just some new RAM to get it more fucking stable, and I made sure that the problem was just the RAM, and I wasn't gonna have to be like, oh god, I have to figure out how to get a whole new system. It's just the RAM. It was mining, yeah. Do that with that, and then Ravencoin. Ravencoin was pretty good for a while. Ravencoin was pretty good for a while. Bitcoin Cash was I don't remember if Bitcoin Cash is still decent, but I actually for a while I sold hash power on NiceHash, and I made some decent money that way. And then I did some of the mining pools on NiceHash with my rig, and I I was able to get a little bit about out of it. I got enough to pay off the computer. I bought that computer off of Main Gear because at the time they were the only people that had 3080s in stock when those came out. So yeah, no, yeah, Koenig, you're 100% right. He was always a Litecoin fanboy. Litecoin was always good. It just never had the growth that everything else had. It was fuck 2013. Was it 2013 when Bitcoin was at like $600 a coin and people were freaking out and Litecoin was like $10 or $17 a coin? It hasn't gone up nearly enough to like the coin itself. I think is decent, but it hasn't. It's only gone what a 10x. Bitcoin's gone to the fucking moon. XRP's gone to the fucking moon. Everything else has kind of gone up there. Had a whistling diesel. No, I don't know what that kid's all about. Entertaining videos. Can I recommend any mining pools for today? I haven't been keeping up on mining. Um, I have no earthly idea as to what's good out there. Yeah. Fuck Wesley. He has entertaining videos. I like the Alabama Chromosome Mobile, the squatted trucks. I fucking hate squatted trucks. They're the most unsightly thing on the fucking road. But then, like the thing that he did with the Cybertruck to actually show people, like, hey, this isn't an actual serious truck. Everybody that knows trucks and has actually tried to use something like that for work knows that those were going to be pieces of shit and novelty cars, anyways. But yeah, GPU hasn't been profitable for years. Yeah, GPUs haven't been profitable since the 3080 was the last time that GPUs could be profitable. Right now, yeah, it's ASIC only. Yeah. The F-150 held up so much better than you thought. Really? I've seen some people do some nasty shit to F-150s, and they just keep rolling. And I'm not talking like a fucking Raptor or anything. I'm talking like the basic bitch, like XTs or XLTs, and the base model ones. Like I've seen some people do some nasty shit to those, and they survive. Whereas I've seen Chevys. I'm one to talk because I have a fucking Silverado now. But like well, that's the one that I'm keeping in my garage so it doesn't get fucking taken by the goddamn repo man. But I mean, it's a decent enough truck, the 4-cylinder turbo. Like it feels fun to kind of drive, but I don't know. Land Cruiser, Toyota's great. Yeah, it would be. You have a 2023. Okay, so let me tell you guys my F-150 story. So I went to a dealer. I wanted a car because I at the time, what did I have? A 2017 Hyundai Sonata that I hated, and I wanted a new car. And my grandpa had passed, and so I had some money for a down payment that I otherwise wouldn't have had at the time. And it just so happened to all occur a week before the COVID lockdowns. I went to the dealership, and it was a demo or the courtesy vehicle. I had it checked, no problems. Came with their bumper to bumper warranty, no questions asked. What was it? 4 year or 3 year fucking thing for like 100,000 miles or something like that. It was great, and no money down, no 0% interest, and they got the payments down on a brand new truck, brand new, right before COVID, down to like $500 a month. And normally that kind of truck would be around $700 or $800 a month for all of that. It was I was amazed at the deal they gave me, but I could tell they were kind of freaking out because they didn't know what was going to happen after the COVID lockdowns. And I remember going to the range a week into the lockdowns thinking that was stupid, and me and my buddies wanted to go shoot. And when I went through Oklahoma City, gas was 78 cents a gallon. 32-gallon tank. Last time I think I'm ever going to fill up a 32 fucking gallon tank for 20 bucks. But let's see. No one has a Honda Odyssey. No, no, thank you. Traded in a 2021 Mustang GT. Yeah. I don't know. I like how the Silverado kind of drives. There's already issues that I can see with it that make me a little unhappy, but at the same time, it's something that I can't get someone to fix. But I'm not gonna fuck with it until after the warranty is up. The thing that I like about Ford more than Chevy is their warranty is a whole lot better. But you don't think you can look at a Honda Odyssey the same after the Gooner van? Yeah. If any of you mad motherfuckers makes an actual Gooner van, you better fucking send me pictures of it. You better fucking. You remember the days when gas was below $1? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I just, I don't know. It was a really good deal on this truck, and I'm happy at the deal that I got. It's much better than the one that I had as an intermediary car, which was a Ford Explorer. I fucking hated that piece of shit. The only thing that I loved was it was the Platinum Series. It was a 26. Okay, let me back up. I loved my F-150. I never would have gotten rid of it. I had to because of divorce reasons. And so I got a 2017 Ford Explorer Platinum. And the only thing I loved about that was the sound system. But outside of that, no. No, I fucking hated it. Camry's a totally fine car. I mean, anything can be a totally fine car. Just depends on what you want out of it. You know what I mean? That's all. That's all that really matters. Ooh, 2033. Man, that's a thing. I mean, okay, we're talking brass tacks. If I can choose, if I can choose a car that I would daily drive, it would be an F-150 King Ranch. Right? That would be okay. Daily driver, I would do that. But if I ever got into stupid money, absolutely stupid money, it would be an F-150 Velociraptor, or the fucking the no either that or the Hennessy Tahoe, the 600 fucking horsepower Tahoe. That would be fucking wild. King Ranch is so thirsty though. Yeah, it is. It is. No, it is. Thing is I'm like I want to be a car guy, but I'm not. I'm both interested, but I'm not interested in it. Right? One of my favorite YouTube channels. So here you go. Here's some fucking bong water lore right here. One of my favorite YouTube channels was actually Mighty Car Mods, and I love what they still do because they clearly have a good time doing what they do. It's a lot of fun watching what they do, and a lot of their early stuff where they are just winging it on a budget. So much fun, so much fun to watch, and what they can do, and you can obviously see the progression in their skill set as they make the videos and as things progress. Really fucking cool to see. Really, really appreciate those guys. I'm just not enough of a car nerd to ever be able to like actually do any of that or get into any of that. The computer side of things, sure, but like the actual modifying a car, no, no. The thing that I like about trucks, and the reason I love about the reason I love them for the most part is where I live in Oklahoma. You don't know what kind of weather you're going to run into, and I would much rather have something like that that's more capable in varying conditions that, and also height clearance than something else. Like I know Colorado should be sponsored by fucking Subaru with how many people drive fucking Subarus, especially in like Denver and Boulder and shit. But in Oklahoma, a lot of people drive trucks because you don't know how deep the water you have to drive through in order to pass through something. You don't know if the next day, one day it's 60 degrees and then the next day it's -2 and you get 12 inches of snow that you have to then drive through. And by the way, it melted and then reformed, so it's actually just 12 inches of fucking ice. Like that kind of shit happens a lot. So it's one of those things where I would rather have something like a truck that's capable of going over wild shit than something that's lower to the ground. But okay, ETA, you're right. You're fucking right. There's a lot of truck owners that are fucking stupid. And then yeah, I tonight we're drinking a high noon watermelon, choice drink of the nuclear engineers. Get on your level. You live in Wisconsin. Oh, I have no fucking doubt in my mind that it is far worse. Just like 2 hours north of me. Like okay, there's a big difference between things, weather that happens in like southern Oklahoma and things that happen in northern Oklahoma, and that's a 2 hour drive. Wild difference in what happens in northern Oklahoma versus southern Oklahoma. And so like I've a buddy of mine lived in Minnesota, and I know the sorts of shit that he talks about. So yeah, no, I fucking know it's wild. Subaru for dirt, yeah. In California, if I was in California, I would be driving some sort of sedan that gets pretty good gas mileage, because you spend most of your life in a fucking car driving to and from places because traffic just sucks so much ass. Like there's people, and that if you're not aware, the mileage from Riverside to Los Angeles, like if you can just go from Riverside to downtown LA and you're going the speeds of the freeway, you can get there in about 30 minutes, right? During work hours and during the week, during work hours and rush hour, it's like you have to leave, you're going to spend at least 3 hours to 4 hours getting from Riverside to Los Angeles. And that's each way. So you're basically living in your fucking car. It's absolutely terrible. Oh no, the 91 and the 10? Absolutely. Misery. Absolutely misery. It's fucking awful. Southeast Oklahoma wet, Northwest is dry as fuck. In the middle, we get it all. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh, dude, you were in fucking Ventura, dude. Ventura's fuck. I lived in California most of my life, so like I in Southern California, so I've been around that area. I used to run Major League Airsoft, so I started that shit in 2008, and didn't really do much until like 2016, and then I kind of made it pop off. When I say pop off, it kind of did a little bit of something until like 2019 when I got out of the scene and then I moved out here, but. Like if I was going from Orange County to like El Monte to go to Evike, like it was going to take me at least an hour and a half each way. I knew it was going to be absolutely fucked. Or if I was going to go, even if I was going to go from like Costa Mesa or Newport Beach or Santa Ana or something like that, and I was going up the five to, or the 405, sorry, um, not quite. Man, I totally forget. There's a field called Tech City. Oh, hello. Oh no, there's a Gene. Oh no. Oh no, the 55. The 55. No, it's terrible. Uh oh.
I just spent the last 20 minutes calming Autumn down and getting her back to bed.
What happened?
This one was parkouring against her door. And I saw it happen like 5 times.
Oh
In the
no.
span it took me to walk from the hallway to her door.
Buddy, can we chill?
No, he has no chill.
He has no chill. Oh no. Oh no. It's making everything. Oh. Congratulations, Gene. You made the camera crash. Sorry, guys. Oh, he is stuck to you. Oh, oh. That shit almost fell. Oh, that one did fall. That's all good. She.
He's so proud of himself, too.
Oh no, I know he's so proud of himself. He is so proud of himself.
He's so happy with himself.
The
And
cat
he thinks
returns.
it's a reward because he got to film that stuff.
Oh my god. Anyways, there's a reason U.S. don't have high-speed train. Yeah, the reason that Europe has high-speed train is because of a certain German politician in the 1930s that was beyond obsessed with train and helped flesh out a lot of the train network in Europe. You can thank him for that. You said the five. No, okay. So the thing about, okay, for those that don't live in, have never been in California, there's this on the 5 freeway in Orange County. It's just by the Angel Stadium. So the Angel Stadium, the Anaheim Ducks Stadium, it's right there. I think it's called the Honda Center now. I don't remember what it was originally called, but fuck it, the Duck Stadium. And then there's the Discovery Science Center, and then there's the 55 merger. So the 55 comes in, then there's the 5 going out, then there's the 5, and then there's another freeway that goes off to the side. I don't remember what that one is, but fuck that one. And then I think there was the 22 was also in that area too. And they called that the Orange Crush. If you are unfortunate enough to ever be in that area between 4:30 and like 6, you're fucked. You are. It's the 57. Thank you. You are fucked. It's so miserable. It is so miserable. LA's train system is a money pit. Yeah. The reason that LA's train system is a money pit is because the people that got put in charge of it and just soaked the money away. Okay, let me tell you guys a story. I know I'm all full of stories tonight because we're vibing. Look at that! I get to fucking do squirrel mode all fucking night. So there's a dude that used to help me with Major League Airsoft. Kind of towards the end. He was a cool dude. His dad was he did something to help the homeless in San Francisco, right? And you think to yourself, okay, someone that helps the homeless, that sounds like a government job. They probably aren't doing too much. And when you realize that a shoebox apartment in San Francisco is about $4,000 a month minimum, right? This dude, his apartment was backed up to the ocean with his girlfriend. This is my buddy's dad, right? His dad's girlfriend. So their apartment backed up right onto the water, by the airport, right? So like not like the San Francisco Bay, but like the kind of the jetty, I guess. I don't know. So he had that apartment. He had a Harley. He had a lot of really nice shit in that apartment. And what he did for a living is helping the homeless. How the fuck can you be? Oh, oh! We got some lag there. How the fuck can you be helping the homeless when you are making enough money to afford that? I don't know. I don't know how that happens, but yeah, California is beyond corrupt with all their civil services. It doesn't matter what it is. If it's the MTA, if it's trying to help the homeless, anything like that, beyond corrupt in every single level. And there's some people that genuinely care, but way, they steal money or are paid way too much money that should be going towards helping people. 4,000 a month is insane, yeah, but that's for a shoebox shithole in a shitty part of town. This dude, like this apartment must have been maybe, and it was a 2 bedroom. It was a 3 bedroom actually. Now that I think about it, and so that must have been like $6,500 or $7,000 a month back then, and now it's probably even more than that. 710 to Long Beach is miserable too. Everything there is fucking miserable. It's terrible, but you're literally on the 101 right now, and it's 7:30 on a Sunday. Yeah, honestly, that sums up California, especially towards LA. Like once you Orange County, it like middle and southern Orange County, like towards Irvine and shit, like isn't bad. Outside of like rush hour, but anywhere in LA at all times it's fucked. Like if you're ever unfortunate enough to go to LAX, and you think, oh, I'm gonna go there at 4 a.m. There's gonna be no one there. No, it's gonna be just as fucked as it is, during the day. It's still gonna take, like when my dad would fly into LAX and I'd have to go pick him up. It would take me like 30 minutes or 45 minutes to get to the fucking airport or something like that. At the speeds that you can go at night. But then when you get to the airport, just to do a single lap, it takes you about an hour. And LAX is not small, or is not big. Like the circle that you do, it's not that big. It's smaller than the circle you do in like Dallas or whatever. It's miserable. That's why I like Oklahoma, because what people call traffic is not traffic. I don't care if it's like, oh no, we're going 40 instead of 80. People complain about that here, but to me, I'm like, okay, cool. At least we're fucking moving. This is not a parking lot. You gotta drive to LAX. You expect 3 hours of traffic? Yeah, absolutely. No, it's terrible. Maryland really wants to be the same thing. Yeah, Maryland's also terrible. I had another buddy of mine who used to live in. I don't know if he still is in Baltimore, but he would always go to hockey games, and he told me the secret to going to a hockey game in Baltimore is you find the nearest crackhead that's fainting, and the one that you can see that has a pipe, and you tell them, look, here's $20 to wash my car, make sure no one fucks with it. I'll give you 40 when I come back. That way they protect your fucking car because they want their shit. But yeah, I'm glad to not live somewhere where it's crazy. Like I haven't heard outside of that truck that drove by. Like I don't fucking hear cars. Oh no, Jonathan, you're doing the tutorial Star Citizen again. Yeah. Yeah, I'll see if I can get on that a little bit later. But I don't know, man. I like being where I am. I really enjoy it. You have a friend that comes to OKC. Oh, yeah, yeah, absolutely. It's wild. Living somewhere keep crazy keeps you sharp. Well, okay. Yes and no, because there's a different level of crazy based on where you're at. Like I'm grateful that I lived in California so I can have that craziness and all of that, and I can understand, like, okay, look at everything, look at all that shit. But in Oklahoma, there's a different level of crazy and a different level of watching, an edge that you need to have about yourself. Like, it's very, very different. Very, very different. It keeps you sharp, it slices years off your life. Yeah, no, I agree. Shouldn't deal with animal behavior in the USA. Yeah, I know. I agree. But unfortunately, we have to because people are soft on crime. I don't understand why people want to be soft on crime in the first place. It makes no fucking sense to me. I don't get it. You're used to yeah. I just can't. I just can't bring myself to do it. You really want to get to the middle of nowhere house one of these days? Can't stand going into Cleveland or anything like that. Yeah. Yeah. I I like where I'm at because I have plenty of country. Like the truck over there, like that's the one neighbor that I have, right? And the next one is pretty far down. So like there's not a whole lot going on out here. You know, it's still like if I want to go to the grocery store, it's still like 45 minutes to an hour to get to one. But that's kind of the price that I'm willing to pay so that I don't, I have a more peaceful life at home, right? Because when I go into the city, yeah, I know what to expect. You got all your shit. You're ready to go if something happens. You're always keeping your wits about you. And the thing about Oklahoma, when I came here as a kid, it was a really safe, really peaceful place. And in the past 2 years, homelessness has spiked so much that there's a lot of places that are genuinely unsafe to go to now, and that used to not be the case. So there's a lot less people that are going into downtown areas or into more populated places, which is causing them to get worse because there's not as many people willing to go there and spend money, and so then people leave because they can't make it. There's just a horrible cycle that comes with not punishing crime and not being harsh on crime. Why people soft on crime? It's because they're bleeding hearts. They think that, oh, all this person needs is another chance because they heard one story on fucking TikTok or on Facebook that's like, oh, this one person was persecuted unfairly, because this, that, and the other, and then they turned life around and did all of this shit. But man, those stories. It's like winning the fucking lottery. It's so uncommon. Most of them are just animals. I feel like if once someone has been arrested 3 times, that's it. That should be the end. You're done, right? Especially okay. Let me rephrase that because just being arrested, you can be arrested for a lot of things, right? So let's rephrase that and say, if you've been arrested for a felony 3 different times, I think that should be it, in my opinion. Hello. What is that? Oh, Lily.
You just dropped
That's so good. Mm. 3 strikes, 3 penalties. Yeah. Like, okay. It's all those puppy nuggets. Most people, when you give them charity, they'll just continue to expect it. Yeah, absolutely. That's also why, when people were so violently up in arms over the fact that you can't get sugary sodas with EBT. Who says you need to get sugary sodas with fucking EBT? My tax dollars aren't going for you to get, your fucking Coke or Pepsi or whatever the fuck, your Fanta, your Faygo. I don't give a shit what the fuck it is. It's not going towards that. You should be buying food to survive, not buying not buying garbage. God, this thing. What? Oh, fuck that thing. I might have to go get another lighter. How did that? What a horrible design. Well, don't buy Firebird lighters. They have 0 reservoir. Because people with bleeding hearts can't recognize the exception is not the rule. Rather, people like, yeah, exactly. 100%. Is that a blunt? No, it's a cigar. It is a cigar. Yeah, I feel like, okay, here's an example. I didn't know how to cook for a long time. I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, okay, I'm smart enough to figure out the fucking basics of cooking, right? And I've cooked with my dad, like I've done grilling and stuff. Like I've done some basic shit, but I didn't know how to do like a lot of other more culinary things. Like I didn't know how to make rice right for a long time. What helped me, and this is not an ad, I promise it's not an ad, otherwise I would have a fucking coupon code for them. But what actually helped me, of all things, was HelloFresh. Because you get that fucking card, it tells you what to make, really easy to follow, it's stupid proof. And then I kept all of the ones that I liked, like the recipe cards, and so then I can go to the grocery store and be like, yeah, okay, I want to have that thing again. And so then I'll go to the grocery store and I'll buy the things to make that thing. Sometimes I wouldn't, it'd have special spices that I didn't fucking have, and I just kind of wing it. And sometimes I'll just make it better or what I like more. And that was really good. But why not have a government program that does that instead? I mean, not necessarily HelloFresh, because that's really expensive to send to every fucking person on EBT. But something more along those lines, and just be like, okay, a bunch of TV dinners, a bunch of chicken nuggets, a bunch of shit that's gonna not be good for your body. Why not do something that's better for you? I don't know. It helped me a lot learn how to cook. There is nothing more about that. And there's a lot of things that I really like that I made from there. There was one of my favorites. It's like my favorite like lunchtime snack, right? It's a chicken pesto sandwich thing. And all it is you take some chicken cutlets, pound it the fuck out, put salt, pepper, and garlic powder on both sides. Fry that fucking thing, and then you have a ciabatta roll that you cut in half. You put pesto on both sides of the fucking. You toast it. Put pesto on both sides. Put the chicken cutlet on the thing. Put some arugula and then like balsamic drizzle on top, maybe tomato if you want to be special. Dude, that shit is fucking fire. And then no, it wasn't tomato, mozzarella. That shit is fire. You want a killer snack that's super easy to make and is super tasty? That's the hit right fucking there. Videos are funny and keep up the good work. I'm going to. I apologize. You said great work. I will continue the great work. Sun-dried tomatoes on there? Yeah. Sun-dried tomatoes are good, or what about like sun-dried tomato pesto? It's lunch at your time zone, so the food talk's making you starve. uh, yeah. Let's see. Hold on. Yeah, EBT. Like I have nothing against EBT. I have nothing against being able to provide for those that aren't able to. I mean, shit, I need unemployment, and those are all services that I pay into as a taxpayer, and I know that I pay those taxes so that I can help other people when they need it, because I know someday maybe I'll need it, right? It's just it's a something to be there. It's not something that should be a crutch or something that is just always there that you rely upon. There's people like, for example, in Australia, they have their kind of system. And a lot of the Australian dudes that I used to play games with, they would go on, they would work under the hour requirement so they could still get their state assistance as well as their paycheck. So they could kind of game the system. But I know there's also people that do that with assistance here. But it's a lot of, I don't know. I think the problem that I really have with it is those that take advantage of it and don't seek to better themselves, because people need help. They do. That's always going to be a thing. But insurance, one of the greatest scams on earth. It's a mafia tactic demanded by law. Yeah. Yeah. The problem with the medical, so the medical insurance, I'm of two minds. I think that medical insurance is a good thing to have in concept, and only in concept. It's like communism. Only can exist as a concept. It can't exist as a real thing. Medical insurance seems like in concept seems good. It's like, okay, if you need assistance and something comes up, your life takes a turn, cool. That's awesome. But holy shit, Zach, you're a wild man. But when you break down what you get with your medical insurance, like, okay, the problem with medical insurance is that everybody takes advantage of it. It's like, oh, insurance pays for this medication now. Okay, instead of being $5, it's now $5,000. The consumer's paying $5, but the insurance company is paying $5,000. Right? That to me is bullshit. That's fucking. It's absolutely ridiculous. And the fact that they know that they can game that system, I'm not okay with that at all. But I think it should be there as something that you can have as an additional safety net in case, holy shit, someone found out they have cancer. Okay, insurance can help them with that. That kind of thing, Or you get into an accident and, you break your arm. Insurance is there to help with it. It's things like that I think it's good for it. And that's the theory that I think is great. That's the theory of health insurance that I think is fantastic. The way it's actually done, I don't think it works. I don't think it works at all. You've seen what costs look like, and people have to, no, it's wild. After ACA, medical care on average went up 1,200%. Don't doubt that for a fucking second. Yeah, no, it's wild. See, I don't. I'm surprised that Nux didn't know Mad Max. Maybe he's just not into those types of movies. I don't know. Fury Road, like watching that in theaters was a cool fucking experience, man. That was a really cool experience. Could be worse. Could be stuck with VA healthcare. Yeah. I've heard a lot of stories about that. A lot of stories about how bad VA can be. And I know that a lot of the stuff with the VA that can be bad and things that can make things worse and why policies get changed isn't because of vets. Vets aren't the reason that things are getting changed. The reason things get changed are all the super squeaky wheel kids and everybody else. They don't know how the system works and try and act as though they were the veteran for, like, a grandchild will act like they were the veteran and they act all entitled about it, and they end up getting things changed because they decide to be assholes about it. Like, It's fucking crazy. People that have luxury beliefs like defund the police have no idea the impact exactly, because all they can do is have pie in the sky ideas. Pie in the it's the same communism. They think it works. It never works in practice. It's no ideal society. Like there was someone that commented on the Pokemon video today, right? And they were saying, well, why can't we be just like Pokemon, where everyone's living in harmony? Motherfucker, people don't live in harmony. People don't do that. Not a thing. Not real. There's too many differences in the world for any of that to happen anytime soon. Are we closer than we were 20,000 years ago? Sure. But it's probably going to be like... I think we're going to wipe each other out before we get to the point of finding something in common to unite against. Either we're going to wipe each other out, or we're going to unite against aliens. Those are the only two things that I can think of that'll actually bring the entire world together. Only two things. Is bad in theory. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Brando. 100%. Absolutely on point. And Jonathan, I did see earlier that you said you finally made it out of the fucking tutorial. Congratulations. I don't know what they give you in the tutorial. I don't know what fucking ship they give you, but the cutlass is a bit easier. We are aliens. Aliens have to check to get here. They have to check to wipe us out. Maybe. It depends. It depends on what their intentions are. Just look at the response for like COVID, right? Just little things, people freak out, or even like in the 2000s, oh no, bird flu, everything is the end of the fucking world, People freak out. They're too stupid, and everyone just has bad knee jerk reactions. The thing that gets me is that if aliens came here, it's not they would have the tech to wipe us out, sure, but it doesn't mean they came here to do that intentionally. Battlefield LA still checks out as a good movie. I remember disliking it. I don't remember why. I think it was the gun nut and military nut in me that like couldn't separate how bad the movie was from the same reason as what was that horrible shitty movie in it had the main dude from Guardians of the Galaxy, and then they had to like go back in time to fight the aliens, or another dimension to fight the fucking aliens. What was that piece of shit? What was that piece of shit? And like in the movie, instead of having like a reasonable caliber to take, the AR-15s that are like this fucking big, that are just Chris Pratt. Yeah. Chris Pratt was in it. It was I forget. And like the twist is like, oh, the girl that he teleported to was actually like his daughter, but grown up, or as an adult, or something like that. I don't know. It was such a shitty movie, because like they were the most ineffective people on the planet at taking care of these fucking aliens, because they had these short barrel things that couldn't do fuck all, and a caliber that couldn't do fuck all, with ammo that couldn't do fuck all. It's like, okay, of course you guys are losing this fucking war because you have people that don't know what the fuck they're doing. Was it made in 1992? No, it was recent. Mike, right there, Mike, that is 100% accurate. If you are a vet and you need to know what to do, that right there is actually fan-fucking-tastic advice. Tomorrow War, yep, that thing sucked ass. That thing sucked dick. That was fucking terrible. Everyone that knows guns is just like, yeah, no, fuck that. Oh, what's this? Never heard of it? Congratulations, you've now heard of a fucking awful movie with guns that are not suitable for killing anything, really. You're more likely to kill yourself from the concussion of having a fucking 5-inch AR barrel. Hey, Melandish, how you doing? Mm. You know what I am rewatching right now? That's actually there's so many movies these days that are shit, right? There's a lot of movies that just look bad, and like at the time they were good, but then you look at them now and it's like, man, this is in completely incoherent. So I rewatched the Born Identity series. It made me so mad with how many cuts were in there, how bad the camera was, and it really made me. It took me out of the movie a lot after rewatching it now. Of just it just doesn't hit right. After I watched the original Bourne trilogy, I started watching The Matrix. So I finished the first one. I need to go. Now we're gonna do Reloaded before whatever the Revelations or whatever the fuck that one's trash. Actually, a friend of mine, his sister did the choreography to Reloaded, which was pretty fucking cool. But The Matrix is a movie you can watch. It still looks good, right? It still looks fantastic. Whereas something like Born Identity doesn't look good. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. Save yourself. Just stop at one. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe I'll find something else to watch. I do need to go back through and rewatch the all of Babylon 5. I'm very much a sci-fi nerd. Very much a sci-fi nerd. The Revolution's just an excuse to just have more slop. Like the major, I don't know. It is just slop. Babylon 5 is so good. Babylon 5 is definitely up there with some of my favorite shows that I still go back to that are like classics like that. Babylon 5 is good. Next Generation is great. Deep Space Nine, I got to be in the mood to start that shit. Those are good. And then the classic fucking HBO stuff of The Sopranos, The Wire, Deadwood, stuff like that. Firefly is absolutely fantastic. I hate that they killed it early, but at the same time, it kind of them killing it early and then having Serenity is actually it kind of breathes more life into it, right? I don't know. Old SG-1 still holds up. It does. I remember going from SG-1 to Atlantis, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I quit. Matrix 2 and 3 aren't really that bad, just 1 is so much better. 1 is... Okay. Is there a movie trilogy, besides maybe Lord of the Rings, now that I think about it, where the first movie is an absolute masterpiece, and they were able to keep that throughout the entire trilogy? The Expanse is good at first. Okay, The Expanse is good for seasons 1 through 3, a little bit of 4. When they go to the New World, I was kind of taken out of it, and then the last season, I thought was just fucking trash. I actually quit watching it for a long time before getting bored out of my mind, and I finished it when I was high, and I still hated it. Godfather loses it at 3. Yep. Like I don't think there's been a trilogy of movies that keeps it up the entire way. Like John Wick, first one fantastic. Second movie, okay, it was worthy, it was decent. 3, Like it's a good popcorn movie to watch, but it wasn't. It'll blow my fucking mind. And then 4 is just like, okay, we're doing this now. I don't know. The original Star Wars, the original Star Wars, yeah, I can agree with that. Yeah, Harry Potter, no, I can't say Harry Potter at all. Aliens, okay, okay, hold on, Van, let's the entire trilogy, Alien and Aliens, amazing. Alien 3, dog shit. Don't fucking tell me aliens. Don't tell me that shit. The John Wick universe was unnecessary. Absolutely. How to Train Your Dragon. I actually haven't seen the third one, but I enjoyed the first and the second movie. Dark Knight. The first two movies I think were good, and then um, I didn't like the third movie. I really didn't. The Star Wars prequels are dog shit. I'm sorry. I can't. I can't. I hate the prequels. I hate them. I hate everything about them. I hate the prequels. The Clone Wars was a TV show is fine, but like fuck George Lucas, especially for Jar Jar. Um, let's see. All three were equally dog shit. They kept up the quality. I mean, sure. What the hell was the third Dark Knight? It narratively had 0% logic. It was fucking terrible. It was fucking terrible. Okay, hey, Ryan. Yep, the first three Indiana Jones movies. Okay. Okay, good point. Yeah, those were great. Those were fucking good. But it's more of it's still more of Yeeson, you're fucking trolling, saying the Ice Age is better than How to Train Your Dragon. There's no way that you are being real with that statement. No way in fuck. No way. Pierce Brosnan, James Bond. No, Pierce Brosnan was not a good James Bond, dude. I could appreciate the action of Daniel Craig, but Pierce Brosnan was not fucking. Okay, Ice Age is only goaded if you are sloshed. That's it. It's like 80s are the best movies. No, that's not. No, I wouldn't say so. Because to me, probably I don't know, the best trilogy in my opinion is Lord of the Rings. I don't think there's another trilogy that kind of comes close to it. Connery was king, absolutely fucking lutely. Riddick, okay, Riddick. No, dude, Pitch Black was so good, and Chronicles of Riddick was cool when you're a kid, but then like if you go back and watch it, it's so fucking cheesy. The third one is pretty good, but no, Lord of the Rings I think is the best movie trilogy that has ever come out, and nothing has even gotten close to it. So, Gen Z needs to watch Fight Club. Yeah. Idiocracy. Brad, we don't need to watch Idiocracy. Like, we're living it. I could 100%. Like, we are absolutely going in the direction of that entire fucking movie. Without a doubt. You could go watch it, but support the stream. Yeah. Dune. Was there more than one original? There was Dune, the one in with the Toto soundtrack. Was there a second? Did they make a second one? Okay, that's what I thought. Because the Dune, the Toto version was just wild from start to finish. It's just like, all right, this is a fucking fever dream and a half. And then the two new Dune movies so far, I really like them. I hope the third one doesn't suck. The TV show that they made is shit. The TV show that they made for the Bene Gesserit, it was fucking terrible, fucking trash. I hate it. The only good thing about the new Batman, though, is speaking of shows that the HBO's been doing, because yeah, the new Dune show, Dune Prophecy, that thing fucking sucked dick. But the Penguin, dude, the Penguin, woo, that shit hit. Children of Dune, interesting. The Batman was good. I liked the darker, mature direction of it. I don't know. I'd have to rewatch it to really get feelings about it. But no, dude, Penguin was fucking sick. What's my take on Shrek 2? They never should have done it. Dune is pretentious. Kinda. Let me go find another lighter really quick. I'll be right back. Cigar, don't fucking fall off, I swear to God. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Ugh. Alright, there we go. There we go. Well, that's all we got out of that, but at least we got it started back up again. Fuck it. Holy tit, Zach. That's wild. It is a good cigar. I like the other one that I had earlier. Well, this afternoon, I guess. I was out doing some yard work, and so if I'm outside doing yard work, I like to smoke and enjoy the day, and so I had an East India Company cigar. It was really good. You forgot about Farscape? Farscape was good, but it was unique and weird, and I can see why a lot of people would be turned off by Farscape pretty fucking quick. I can see absolutely why people would be turned off by Farscape, but I don't know. Babylon 5, I think, is better for a general audience than Farscape. You've never gotten through the whole show? You know, was it season 3 when the BDSM dragon shows up? Was that season 3 when Kraken gets fucking abducted by the cold-blooded people, and then the BDSM dragon is there? I don't remember his fucking name. All I know is he's just strapped in fucking BDSM gear, and that's his fucking character. But people hate puppets? Nah, dude. That fucking slug puppet in there, that dude, he was a fucking madman. Strapped from the ceiling, yeah. No, we're talking about Farscape. We're talking about Farscape. The guy, the main villain that like implants himself in fucking Kraken's head. That dude. I forget what that dude's name is, but that like as soon as I saw that guy, I was like, yeah, yeah. Scorpius. Yeah, that fucking dude. Fucking Scorpius. That took me out, and that can take a lot of people out of that fucking show. Take a lot of people out of that show. As soon as you see that, you're like, okay, all right, what the fuck are we doing now? But yeah, Rigel. I whenever Rigel was on screen, it always brought joy to my heart. It always did. Mm. Speaking of sci-fi shows, let me give you guys some business advice. The gun shop that I worked at, the owner, and the reason he made so much fucking money, the reason he made so much fucking money, he abided by the Ferengi laws of acquisition. Do you know what? Fucking worked for the guy. Honestly, they're not bad. Uh, yeah, like love puppets when they're done right. Absolutely, it's just puppets have to be have to be in the perfect spot. But no, being completely real, the Ferengi laws of acquisition. If you actually like abide by the ones that have been like put out there, I promise if you do business according to those, it's gonna be a wild time. Gene Roddenberry was a genius, absolutely. Quark was great. Quark, honestly, he carried that entire show. He carried Deep Space Nine in its entirety, 100%, 100%. No, I thought Gene. I thought the did Gene not come up with the rules of acquisition in TNG? I thought he did. Like I know they're fleshed out more in Deep Space Nine, but DS9 was good until the Dominion War. Yeah, the Dominion War was fucking stupid. Like the whole shapeshifter thing. Okay, like it was a neat little gimmick for being able to get out of wacky situations, but you want to know what really okay. So I grew up watching bits and pieces of the Next Generation, right? So my I didn't really watch the whole thing through, and then my my friend in high school, his dad was an E9 in the Marine Corps, so a Master Gunnery Sergeant Baird. He was the main one of the main chefs for the Marine Corps, and he had to move to Virginia to be. I think he was the instructor of the school in Virginia for all new Marine Corps cooks, and he was a huge Star Trek nerd. He was super cool. Man, I regret being a really dumb and stupid idiot when I was around them, but especially looking back and not understanding what a fucking E9 was at the time. Whew. I fucking should have. But no, he was super cool and he was a Trekkie. And one thing that he told me when I started watching The Next Generation, as soon as I got on the second season and after Tasha Yar died, he's like, "Did you know that they contractually every single episode has to end with all of them being okay?" And I'm like, "Cool, thanks, dude. Thanks for fucking ruining the entire thing that I've never watched before. Cool. Now nothing's ever gonna land. I know that everything's gonna be okay at the end of all of it because it's contractually required for everything to be fine." So, ever watch Interstellar? Yeah, absolutely. Interstellar was pretty good. The Defiance as a ship was fucking cool. I gotta be a Robot Chicken fan. I actually never watched it. Never watched Robot Chicken. I always heard about it, but yeah. Just E7 is a huge deal. Oh no, I know that. Like no, like I learned shortly after moving out. Like I helped them move and I lived with them for a little bit. And it was like a year after I moved out, I fully understood just how big of a fucking deal being an E9 is. And I was like, oh, you're like one of the fucking top dudes in the Marine Corps, and you're a cook. But that means you've like he originally wanted to be infantry, but when he originally signed up, there was a bombing, I guess, in Bosnia, and they lost a lot of cooks. And like, okay, you're a cook now, so yeah. STO is canon. Oh, that's fucking gay. My first MMO ever was the Old Republic. Was it? No, it actually no, it was STO. It was STO for no, sorry. First MMO was Star Wars Galaxies. I played for 2 months before my parents said, "Yeah, you can't fucking pay for that shit. You need to get a job and pay for it yourself." And then I never fucking did. And then there's STO. I played for a little bit, way back when it first came out, and then I couldn't afford the subscription anymore. And then I went to didn't play an MMO again for a while until the Old Republic came out, and that was like my MMO of choice. I keep getting the itch to play, but I was in a progression guild, and we did so much cool shit. We were always at the pinnacle of our server, and I just don't want to do it again. I just don't. I don't want to. Once you get out of it, getting back in and finding another group and finding after all the server merges and after all that shit, I just don't want to do it. It sounds like a fun time, but I just don't want to, you know? Too much money. Yeah. Same feeling here, but with WoW. Yeah, no, I think that's absolutely. I think that's everybody that does an MMO. WoW, Star Wars, the Old Republic, any of that shit. Same thing. Once you're out of it for a while, it's hard to get back. Especially if you're a casual, I guarantee it's easy to get back in or easier. But if you're like a heavy, hardcore progression pusher, now getting back into it fucking sucks. Your first MMO was STO. Yeah, STO. I don't know. I kind of liked STO when it came out. The ship battles were always good. The on foot battles always were the worst things in the world. Yeah. Never go back. Okay. Did I tell you guys my WoW story? Did I tell you what that was? I don't know if I did. You need to pay for ship slots when you needed them for Admiralty. Oh, dude, that was fucked. I don't know if I ever told you guys the WoW story. MMOs are just a game. It's a time of your life when it happened, and people you played with, you can't just travel back in time. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Shimon was Shimon Classic the other night. No, I saw him. I saw him. I saw it after my fucking stream got taken down. I saw he was doing that after I ended the stream, and I went over to say hi for a bit. Getting the last little dredges out of this fucking lighter. Okay. So, my dad at one point did legal work for the lead cinematic guy at Blizzard. After Frozen Throne came out, and it was before WoW released. So they were still at their Irvine UCI campus, and I was a StarCraft nerd. I played a little bit of Warcraft. It was kind of whatever, but StarCraft is where I lived at. Um, I would make my own custom games all the time. I'd play online. I don't know if you guys ever, any of you guys did that, but there was obviously there's the Zerg farming thing where you had to capture as many Zerg as you can. Like that was kind of fun. There was like their version of Dota where you were going through like the ranks in Dragon Ball Z or something like that. I don't know. All sorts of wild shit in StarCraft, right? Later, Mike. I don't know if it was his dad. I don't remember. I do remember going there, and so he arranged for me to be able to go there because he knew that I love StarCraft. Wasn't super big into Warcraft, but it was their newest game, so I was like, okay, that's kind of what they wanted to talk about. So you go in, there's the big fucking orcs that are right there, and then they had a display cabinet that had all of the StarCraft characters and models as gilded action figures, or at least like maybe they're titanium nitride dipped or something like that. But they looked golden in a display case. Looked really fucking cool. And he gave me a tour, showed me his office. He showed me how he animated one of the Naga scenes, and then saw his sword and shield that he had in his office for being there. And then interesting. But he was pretty cool. I remember, I think him being pretty cool. Um, I saw people testing WoW on computers. I never touched it. I didn't ask. I didn't care. I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? So, okay, at the time, StarCraft nerd, going to Blizzard. Before WoW launched, people wanted StarCraft Ghosts. I don't know if any of you guys fucking remember that shit. StarCraft Ghosts. I wanted that shit. I thought Ghosts were the coolest fucking unit in StarCraft. And so I was asking questions about StarCraft and StarCraft Ghosts and all this sort of shit, right? And so they then showed me the cinema room that they have, where so I didn't care about WoW. I didn't care about it. Third person World of Warcraft, yeah, I don't care. Show me StarCraft Ghost. Show me StarCraft. That's all I wanted. I was like 11, maybe 12 at the time, right? And I don't remember. It was something like that. You want a Ghost FPS so bad. I did too. They kept teasing it for GameCube, and then Xbox, and then it got canned, and then they said, oh, maybe Xbox 360. I don't know. But back in the time, I wanted to play it, and I kept asking about it. They wouldn't say shit, and so. But the cinematic room was cool. I got to see some of the cinematics and the screen that they have and the theater system they had. It was really neat. And then when I left, I got the battle chest, the Warcraft 3 battle chest with Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne, and then everyone that was there signed the fucking box. So that's somewhere. I don't know where that is, at my dad's house in California. And then it also came with it a special promotional DVD. It was actually two promotional DVDs. There's one that had every single Warcraft 3 cinematic on it. Then there was another one that had all of the promo and pitch stuff for World of Warcraft. If I know where that is, probably worth a little bit to someone. I don't know. But yeah, I had no idea I didn't care. I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. I can watch some cool little cutscenes, whatever. I thought the cutscenes were the best part of Warcraft 3. And then when I got older, I liked fucking playing Warcraft 3, land Dota shit. But yeah. How old are you? I'm 34. Yeah. No, I don't know. I may not be crazy old, but I've seen some shit. I I'll tell you the biggest. I can tell you the point where I knew gaming wasn't going to be what it used to be. I can point directly to the game when I knew that gaming was going to be dead forever, or at least the way that it used to be, like LAN centers, LAN parties, all that sort of shit. That was dead when Modern Warfare 2 came out. And I distinctly remember that because when I was growing up, I when I was a kid, I played Descent 3. So Descent 2 and Descent 3. It was mainly Descent 3 because it came with the Voodoo FX graphics card that my dad got, and so I thought it was a super fucking cool game. So I played a lot of that, a little bit of Descent 2, but I was like, oh man, why would I do this when I have Descent 3? That game was fucking, oh, it was such a good fucking game. And then StarCraft, um, but after that, I was like, oh my god, we got a 100 gig hard drive for the first fucking time. It's like, holy shit, spent a whole bunch of money on this. We can fit all the Napster songs on here, right? Right. Van, you've never played the third Descent? Woo! Third one is so fucking good, but that's also looking at nostalgia glasses. I remember trying to play it the other day, and it was a type of game where if you do keyboard and mouse controls, you don't use the mouse. You use the keyboard for all your movement. All your movement is all keyboard. So like your numpad is your up, down, left, right, strafe, all that shit, and then it's a wild control scheme for modern games. Absolutely wild fucking game. But no, like we didn't have a good computer. Like after that computer with the Voodoo FX died, there's really nothing, right? Opinions on renting a disc from Redbox and ripping it to your PC. Can't legally tell you whether or not that was a good idea or whether or not I ripped a lot of them, but I can't legally speak to that. And then maybe see them on LimeWire. Yeah, but no, it's so yeah, I couldn't afford a computer, so I would go to Howie's Game Shack in Mission Viejo at the Mission Viejo Mall. That was the first one and the best one. All the other ones fucking were terrible. It was always a drive to get down there, but I didn't really care, and it was always worth going there. The reason why, the one in the Westminster Mall was technically closer to me, but I didn't like going to the Westminster Mall because that place closed at 2 a.m. The one in the Mission Viejo Mall, you would go there on a Friday night, you'd pay $20, and then you play for 24 fucking hours. That place was so fucking cool. Like back then, if you, okay. Have any of you guys ever been to a LAN center? I'm an OC homie. Yeah, I am. The last thing that I remember doing before I moved out here was going to at the Santa Ana Mall. What's the arcade? Like level 1 or whatever, Square One. The arcade that has all the Japanese games, all the Japanese arcade games that are actually like games, and not like gotcha games. Yeah. Come internet cafes. Okay, so the way that LAN centers work, the LAN centers is, or at least Howie's Game Shack. So when you walk in, you see this giant hallway, and on the left and right sides are 55-inch televisions that are connected to an Xbox. And then in front of each of the TVs is a recliner chair that have speakers in the headrest, so only you could hear the sound, so everyone wasn't just drowning everything out with their fucking sounds. And so if you wanted to play Xbox, they had like 200 fucking Xboxes that were out there. And then when you went to the PCs, they just had rows and rows and rows of PCs. And they had, I don't know, it was like 200 or 300 PCs that were all like pretty top of the line. They were sponsored by Razer and Monster and all sorts of shit. It was super fucking cool. Yeah, they did Xboxes, Xboxes and PCs. Those were the only two consoles that they had. And so you could challenge other people. So you go up. So like if you did an Xbox, right? You'd go up to the counter and you'd say, I want to play this game. So then someone would come over, they'd unlock the little door, they'd take out the game in there, they'd put in the new game, and then you just go play away, right? Have fun with it. And then if you wanted to play with a buddy, okay, cool, LAN up, you'll do co-op or something. And then on the PCs, they for every single game, they had a LAN server that was there that anybody in the center could go and join, or you could play online. And so the thing that was really cool is you could be like, dude, I bet I could fucking beat you in Halo. So you would go up to the front, be the biggest cocky asshole you possibly could, and you could issue what's called a monster challenge. And you could say, you know, whether it was for one or two Monster Energy drinks, that you bet that you could beat somebody. And so anybody can come up and say, I accept your challenge. If you won, cool, nothing happened. But if you lost, you had to buy the person that beat you the amount of monsters that you bet that you could beat them at. It was so much fun. People did some wild challenges. It was a really good time. But every once in a while, people would just start screaming, "Land Dota!" Everybody would just be like, "All right, we're turning in our controllers. We're gonna get to the PCs, and we're just gonna fucking play Land Dota." It was wild. It was a great fucking time. Lots of people playing WoW. Lots of people playing that, like the local like Call of Duty 4 server, stuff like that. People played the LAN stuff a lot. Like it was a really cool little community. It was a lot of fun. But as soon as Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 came out in 2009, that's when everything died. Oh, and then Command and Conquer 3, right? But Modern Warfare 2 died. It killed LAN centers and it killed LAN in its entirety. The reason it died is Modern Warfare 2 was peer-to-peer only. So there was no LAN, there's no community, there's nothing you can build, there's no private servers. Modern Warfare 2 fucking ruined. It ruined LAN centers in their entirety. Completely and totally. Absolutely awful. Are those waffles? Where? And then the entire concept of online gaming expanded too much in consoles. Yeah, yeah. No, it was Modern Warfare 2 that killed it because everyone did LAN back then. Everyone did all that shit. You know, Halo 3, all that. You know, people still did LAN all the time, and then out of nowhere, Call of Duty just decided, hey, fuck it, no more servers, no more anything. It was awful. I actually made money. Howie's, they never paid me the 9800 GT that I won in a Call of Duty 4 tournament. They never fucking paid me. I was supposed to get it, and they said, oh yeah, we'll get it to you, and they never did. It was a free-for-all tournament. But, yeah. No, it was, what cigar is that? It is a Gurkha Heritage. It's not, you know, it's good. It's good enough for this evening. I wish I still had a Liga Privada T52 or a number 9. That'd be a little bit better. But yeah, no, it was terrible. There's a lot, man. Fucking Howie's Game Shack, dude. That place was so much fun. I said it before, but there was also the Borderlands developers showed up on release day. So me and my buddy, we went to Howie's Game Shack in Westminster. We got there at like when they opened, and we paid our $20, and then we got kicked out at 2, right? And we're like, man, this game's fucking fun. Let's keep playing. Actually, no, we started playing Killing Floor, and then we saw Borderlands. We're like, what the fuck is that? We tried it. It was a good time. And then we got kicked out. We wanted to keep playing. So we then drove all the way from the Westminster Mall all the way down to the Mission Viejo Mall to go to fucking Howie's Game Shack. And at Howie's Game Shack, we started playing Borderlands again. We started our save all over again. And it was like 3 or 4 in the morning when we got started. And I think we were we got to the point. Oh man, it was. Was it in the first region or not? I don't remember. There's a certain point we got to. It was like it was all I think. Okay, it was almost out of the starting zone, and we uh, you were part of the STNR clan. I don't remember that, but maybe we did. But yeah, no. So we were playing, and then it was I don't know 4, 5, 6 a.m. something like that, and a developer from Borderlands came up and said, who's playing? You know, Borderlands just came out. This great game. Blah blah blah. Right? We didn't really give a shit what the fuck someone was playing. There was a DJ playing some music. We're like, okay, cool. This is fine. Whatever. And then it was only me and my buddy. We were the only two people in the entire place playing on fucking launch day. The dude was so fucking disappointed when he said there's only two. And then he called out our usernames. They're like, okay, what the fuck do you want, right? We didn't order pizza. We didn't ask for any of this shit. And we went up and they gave each of us a case of Monster just because we were the only two fucking people playing the game. After that, people tried to get on saying, oh, no, we were playing. It's like, no, dude. They can see who's playing what, dude. Did I have Genesis demo discs? No, I didn't play much before I played a little bit of Super Nintendo, but most of it was like N64 and beyond. Funny enough, I knew how to set up my N64, and as a kid, I don't know what it was, but the PlayStation setting it up confused me. As an adult, I know it's the exact same fucking thing, but there was something about the PlayStation that made my little fucking mushy elementary school brain not understand how to fucking set it up. And so I didn't play much PlayStation, but plenty of Xbox. A buddy of mine, he did the Command and Conquer tournaments. He actually got some televised events. He went by Judge Power. He spelled it a little weird, like with extra letters or whatever. But he still had like the checks from the Command and Conquer tournaments that he did. It was super cool. The OG Jet Set Radio. I never played. I don't remember playing that. I remember playing the demo on Xbox. I think it came on like a Game Informer demo disc. I think. It came in the same. Okay, it came in the same for Xbox. It came in the same demo disc as what was that game? I can't remember the name of the game, but it was a cell shaded shooter that was pretty violent, and it was like heroes that you were using. I totally forget the name of that game. But I do remember the at the time when I got an Xbox when it first came out in 2001 in November, and I remember that because my mom wouldn't let us get Halo, so we got Bloodwake and a couple other games. I thought Bloodwake was an okay enough game. I mean, at the time I thought it was kind of cool. It was twisted metal and water, but yeah. MDK. I don't remember what it was called. I don't remember. You have the DVD version of LOL. Wow. Okay. Okay. You have flashbacks to Tony Hawk Pro Skater. Man. Okay. The Dave Mirra's BMX. Don't remember that. I remember thinking I don't want to fucking play a stupid bike game. That was my exact line of thinking. I don't want to play a stupid fucking bike game. But Tony Hawk Pro Skater, I thought that shit was fucking awesome. And being in Southern California when that shit came out, that's like everyone wanted to skate. So everyone was skating. No one gave a fuck about biking. No one gave two fucks about it. Maybe some did, but like everyone was all about skating. And then I remember my uncle knew where Tony Hawk was going to be off of a boat one time with his whole little entourage. I remember me and my brother were the only people there that knew that it was going on. And he signed 2 hats for us, and I don't remember where those fucking hats are. And I think one was actually a Chicago Bulls hat, like an old like Michael Jordan era Chicago Bulls hat. Tony Hawk 2 was the best. Okay, Tony Hawk 2 was fucking cool, But I still have so much nostalgia for the original game. So much nostalgia. Two was really good. Two was so much fun. See, that's a game where the first game is great, and then two up to the ante. I don't remember three. I don't remember three. I remember Underground, but I think there was one before Underground where it was the Jackass crew, or was that Underground? I don't remember which one that was, but it was the Jackass crew, that one was actually, I remember that one being kind of fun. Mm. Project Gotham Racing. That was a game. That was a great fucking game. Three and four would be. I guarantee I've played it. I just don't remember them. Two had Bam. No, it was one of them was like the full on Jackass crew. Um, I don't remember which one that was. And like when you did the campaign, it was like I think there was like Wee Man or someone was like after the first level when Wee Man was like on a fucking like wheel that got spun and like paintballs were shooting at him or something, and then that chose the next level, and it was slightly different each one. Um, American Wasteland, that one. Yeah, I remember one and two very clearly, but in American Wasteland, the one with the Jackass crew, I remember that a lot. I distinctly remember that one. I didn't like Underground. I didn't at all. Wee Man is barely taller than a skateboard. Yeah, no, I've seen him on in LAX a couple times. He is very fucking tiny. He probably comes up to my knee. But no, American Wasteland was a good fucking time. Uh, the map editor, yeah, the map editor was better. Was it three that had the original map editor? I don't think two had a map editor. Two just had like cool characters. And I mean, it had cool maps too. But like, was it three that had the map editor, or was it Underground that had the editor? Two did. I remember one of them. I got really deep into the map editor, and then I got mad because it was super limiting. It was three. Okay. I do remember that. I do remember that. I remember playing the game and getting mad because the map editor was really limited. That's also just console shit. But speaking of console shit, and also being degenerate, I loved playing Command and Conquer 3 at the LAN center, and I didn't have a PC at home, but I had an Xbox 360, and I remember buying it for Xbox, thinking I could do the same thing. I didn't realize that there's a unit cap and building cap in the Xbox version, whereas the PC version you could have unlimited units. Man. Yeah, RW. If you or Psycho, if either of you guys were doing Howie's Game Shack or anything in the OC area, we might have ran into each other at some point. But I'm so fucking introverted. Probably never said shit. Yuri's Revenge was good. Yeah. Never played RTS game on console. The only three RTS games I played on console was the Battle for Middle Earth on Xbox, the Command and Conquer 3, and then Halo Wars. Those are the three that I played on console, and then once I got a PC that was good enough to play that shit, I never fucking went back. Red Alert 3 was amazing. Yeah, Red Alert 3 was pretty fun. Red Alert 3, there's I know that we keep looking at games like through rose tinted glasses, but I think the problem is that you never. Oh, yeah, AS. Yeah, that's exactly how you fucking lose that. Wild actors in it too for some reason. Yeah, but so Command and Conquer 3 had wild fucking actors. You had Michael Ironside. You had the dude that played fucking Lando from Empire Strikes Back and or from Star Wars, not the new fucking Lando, that piece of shit. The um, but like, dude, there was a fucking wild cast in Command and Conquer 3. That was crazy. The other thing too that also was wild was I didn't realize how good gaming headsets could be until I played Bad Company 2 when it came out. We were at the LAN center with War Tapes on, and it was one of those Logitech. It was a Logitech headset. I forget which one, but it had like big, bulky, fucking square muffs. And dude, that sounded so fucking good. And I know it was also good because the PC had one of the Creative Sound Blaster audio cards in there, so like it was extra good. But that's what sold me on gaming headsets actually being decent compared to like actual physical 7.1 surround sound. Oh, Psycho, yeah, that makes sense. No, I actually never bought anything from anyone in the fucking parking lots. Remember, I was seeing the people in the parking lots, and I'm like, why the fuck are you here instead of playing games? That was my fucking mindset. It's just go in, you're here to fucking play games. Go play games. uh, very single mindset back then. Didn't understand things. Part of that's, just the way that I am and the way that my fucking brain is wired. Lots of things go straight over my fucking head. For me, it's one way, and or how I think, and that's it. But yeah, no, I was just like, what are you doing? Why are you out here? Now I fucking get why you'd be out there, but back then, no. There was also there was another land center in Mission Viejo. Howie's was down for like maintenance, and I tried going to one, and it was this tiny little fucking tiny place. I think they had like 14 PCs, and it was just shit. They didn't have any fucking games. It was awful. I was like, yeah, I'm never going anywhere that's not fucking Howie's. I remember when Howie's actually closed, I actually went there to try and buy some of the like the tables and stuff that they had for an education center that I was we were trying to build out another section. I was like, hey, I know this place has stuff. Maybe it's cheap. We can just go get good furniture. But everything that was good was either was already gone or it was in super fucking bad condition. So, yeah. Back then it was expensive. Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I doubt that. 4 days clean off weed. It's really bothering you? Yeah. I don't know. Weed didn't do anything for me. It was an experience. I'm glad I tried it, but like, didn't do anything for me. I don't see a need to do it. Like this cigar and the cigar that I had earlier today are the first cigars I've had in 2 months, something like that. And before that, it was a while. I don't know. Not about to eat in replacement. You need a better vice. Yeah, yeah. I get that. I do. But weed can help with writer's block, assuming you don't smoke too much. It can. For me, I don't think I could be effective with it. Right? I don't think that I could be effective if I was high and like trying to like actually create. Like when I remembered the stories that I had in my mind when I was high of what I wanted to do for AI, But like when I'm actively high, I'm just like it was a unique experience, I guess. But like I don't know, my mind's going so fast that sometimes if I have that writer's block just because I'm thinking too hard, can of high noon, um, you know, a neat glass of a decent whiskey or scotch. That'll calm my mind enough to do that. 1800 helps with writer's block. Yeah, it can give you fresh ideas. You just have to remember to write them down. Yeah, I mean that's I yeah, I still remember everything that happened, even when I was just fucking blazed out of my mind. Um, like I remember the feeling of getting high. It's like your tear ducts sinking into your fucking head, like at the singularity. And then I remember in the back patio, I was staring at some fucking flowers in the back, um, and I was like, I can feel my fucking pupils, like flex my pupils. I was like, oh no, it was a wild fucking time, but I don't know, wasn't it was fun. It was a good experience, but I just don't think I could be creative with it. It took me way too out of like the zone. It made me like focus too much on other things, I guess. But yeah, for me, just a little bit of alcohol, if my mind is really racing, might help. But I don't like to take that route. I don't want to use that as a crutch, because I think that's a dangerous path to go down. You know what I mean? So for the most part, I'll have like tonight. I'm smoking, so I'm gonna drink a little bit. Weed is still safer than Tylenol. Well, yeah, that's true. That is true. Uh, but all right. Well, we are coming up on 11 o'clock. Uh, this went on a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I greatly appreciate every single one of you guys being here on this relaxing, more IRL, just talking to the camera type stream. Thank you guys all for coming out here. I'm we might do these on occasion on Sundays, just a hangout stream. Maybe I'll make it members only. I don't really know. Just do something extra for you guys that are members, because you guys are going above and beyond. But smoking pipe tobacco, man, pipe tobacco. I love pipe tobacco, especially making my own blends. But the maintenance, I can't discipline myself enough for the maintenance. So for me, no. But yeah, man, I am super happy that people even showed up. I don't even know how many people are on here because I can't even fucking see. But I do appreciate every single one of you guys being here. Tomorrow, development stream. We're going to be getting back into our actual legitimate development. It's going to be a good time. I may have some news. Maybe I won't. I don't know. We'll figure it out on what we're going to do, or the direction with the donut episode. But we're going to work on kind of setting the base more for the episode, writing it out more. We're going to actually do everything all in one go. But yeah, it's going to be a time. Thank you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here. You guys are all fucking awesome. I appreciate every single one of you. menacecrew.com if you want merch. It's limited. I haven't updated it yet. We're going to do that. We will do that. But all other methods to support outside of YouTube are going to be there. Discord link, I'm sure someone can post it. But am I set for another month of AI access? I am. I am set. It actually came out this morning. So yes, I am set. There is that. Thankfully. Able to pay for power and internet water, and gas. So we're good for another month of development for now. So we're good until the 28th of October. But yeah, thank you guys so much for being here. As always, the best way to support me, share one of my videos. Give someone a laugh, brighten someone's day. Laughter is always the best medicine to forget about bad shit that's going on. Certainly helps me. And have a fantastic rest of your morning, evening, or afternoon. Thanks, guys.